Welcome to week 16. I can't believe we are 2/3 through the course, Designing, Facilitating Powerful Workshops, Equity, Inclusion, Social Justice. This week, I'm very excited. I want you to watch a video on a model that I have used for probably 25 years. It's so much in me now that when there's a difficult situation, a moment in a workshop, or I hear feedback, I can use it to diagnose and analyze where people were coming from. The language you'll get used to is what box are people coming from? Dimensions of Diversity, Dr. Kate Kirkham. She was a senior associate with LCY Cross Associates, just I think a brilliant model that's very accessible. That as you practice it, I think you'll begin to see when there is conflict or misunderstanding or a level mismatch is what she calls. For instance, when often privileged group members are talking at the individual level and I'm a good one, or I don't think that. And folks in the corresponding marginalized are talking about the common dynamics they experience. They're at the group level, at feeling and behaviors of what folks do. It's a level mismatch. We're not hearing each other. And so this can really help us as facilitators and designers anticipate those traps and potholes and navigate them when we're in them. I hope you'll find it useful. It is a little longer video, so just want to let you know that then we just have a couple other things I'd like you to do. One is, I want you to then watch the video, how do you find balance between seriousness and humor when you're designing and facilitating? Talked about it on a Q&A the other day, and so I'd like you just to listen to that and think about your own designs. I personally think, test the group, but I like to have a bit of play and humor as a stress release, as a way to keep a balance, and to help people realize this is life-changing work because these are life-threatening issues that we're addressing. And we can be serious about the work and still have relationships where we can play and banter and maybe even have a little lightness to balance out so that we stay in it for the long haul. And then finally, I want you to choose a few others from the knowledge base. There's some great stuff in there. You could sit down and watch them all, but if you do them in chunks, I think it's better, 3 at a time. You might be able to apply them a little easier instead of getting overwhelmed by all that's in there. And then I want you to start reading my book, But I'm Not Racist, Tools for Well-Meaning Whites. Week 17, I'm going to have you analyze a webinar that I did and the design I use and the activities, a lot of them I use to try to have whites, i.e. privileged groups. So again, if you're a person of color, you might be working with whites and this might be useful. Whites want to work with whites in affinity spaces, accountability spaces. You can also in the future watch that, or even as you're reading this book, think about any other privileged identity around class or around hierarchy, around ability status. And what are some principles, strategies on how to get folks in their privileged identities to take responsibility, to unlearn, relearn, look at their internalized dominance, interrupt themselves when they have oppressive thoughts, behaviors, and then how to coach, interrupt dynamics around them. So want to do that next week. So start reading the book. I'm told it's a quick read. And then just keep thinking about how to apply all these tools and strategies to facilitation and design, and send all your questions. Our 2 live calls a month just get much more lively if you send things ahead. And even if you can't attend, you can listen to the video and you can always come and ask them live. So look forward to seeing you in the next video and have a fabulous week, week 16.